Athletics Memorial Building on the campus of Henry Ford College, and today's volleyball matchup between the Henry Ford College Hawks and the Macomb Community College Monarchs. I'm Eric Pate along with Dallas Young, a Henry Ford College outfielder on the baseball team, and we're set for game number 3 for the Henry Ford College Hawks. And Dallas, it's so good to be back with you. What can we expect from the Hawks today taking on the Monarchs?
I expect them to just come out strong tonight. Down on 2, they have to come out more aggressive. They have to come out more enthusiastic, and I've seen that today in their warm-ups. They have a look in their eye, looking like they're ready to play. They're more intense, they're more focused, and we call that being locked in. So I expect them to come out strong today and get a win.
Okay, tell me a little bit about Macomb Community College and the Monarchs, who are 2-1, and they played 3 games thus far. And Coach Duquette in the warm-ups says she's faced some tough competition. What do you expect from the Monarchs?
I expect the Monarchs to be exactly that, tough competition for the Henry Ford Hawks. I think it'll be an even matchup. As you see, Macomb has a little bit more length than the Henry Ford Hawks team. They're a little bit more taller. We expect the defense to be good, as the head coach Doogie said. So I think it's going to be a good matchup.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's about that time. It's Hawk time right here
go
at Henry Ford. And we had fun with the first stream. We're glad you can be with us here on a Sunday matinee here at the Athletics Memorial Building on the campus of Henry Ford College. Of course, we're in the COVID protocols. We follow them all. We're ready for – you just get used to seeing these young ladies in their mask as they play. That's a big adjustment. And, of course, we had to go through COVID screening coming in. But you said, hey, that's the normal routine.
It's a normal routine every day.
That's it. So we're about set. Number 3, Haley Link, will serve for the Monarchs as we get this match underway. Macomb in the dark blue, Henry Ford in the light blue. Monarchs want some long rallies, according to Coach Duquette. And Henry Ford, real aggressive at the net, trying to get their first win of the season.
There you go.
And as we say it, it happens.
That's a good start right there.
Kelsey Harris.
Yeah, great start right there. Enthusiasm looks to be up there for the Hawks, so let's see if they can continue this right here.
Megan Hollis with the service here for the Hawks. 1-0, just underway here at the Athletics Memorial Building. Hollis with a nice lean serve, and right at the net, Alyssa Dar, and make that 2-0 for the Hawks in the early going.
I like how they're talking and communicating right now, getting off to a good start.
Megan Hollis with that low serve, and right to the middle. On that point was number 17, Kara Lewecki. Lewecki is a sophomore from Macomb Lutheran North High School. Back to serve for the Monarchs, Britta Romish, a sophomore from Bloomfield Christian. Toes the back line. Camille Brown with the return in the starting lineup for the Hawks. Right at the net.
Close call.
And that's out. So chalk up another point for the Hawks.
Great heads up right there to leave that out.
3-1 Hawks. Alyssa Dar on the serve. Always looking for a nice low serve as it crosses the net. Macomb sets it up. Henry Ford coming back. Nice return. Whistle and award that point to Macomb. 3-2 as the service goes back to the Monarchs. Emily Langlois on the serve for the Monarchs. 3-2 Hawks in the early going. Macomb stacks at the front of the net. Set up their return.
That was
nice. Nice return by Kelsey Harris. Kelsey, Dallas, has been really aggressive at the net in the first game we saw early on today.
Yep, very athletic. You see how she just got up right there. You got to look to her to be a leader in this game. and help Henry Ford pull this one out. She's going to be a big key.
Nima Johnson back to serve for the Hawks.
The sophomore, Nima Johnson.
4-2. That's right, a sophomore. Macomb setting up their offense. The Hawks return it, go right to the middle. A nice dig by number 18, Emily Langwell. Loy. No return on that one, and it's 5-2 Hawks. Neva Johnson did a great job on Thursday in her opportunities to serve for the Hawks. 5-2 Hawks. Setting up their offense.
Yep.
Nice punch right there for number 11, Madison Candela.
They're looking good to start.
6-2 Hawks. Time out Monarchs.
They're looking good to start. Very aggressive, and that's a good call by the coach to call a timeout for Macomb. Great start for Henry Ford.
Well, Henry Ford, of course, last match we were here on Thursday, played against Madonna. They got off to a slow start, but like late in the second game is when Henry Ford started to turn the corner, and they battled and took it to the fifth and deciding game before losing. But the effort was really good.
Yeah, and I thought that was a good game. You know, coming back down 2-0, I think that was good for them to battle, show that they had heart, and take that into the next game. And they did that, but now they're coming out a little bit more stronger, and that's what you have to do to win. But you got to hold it now. You got to avoid the rallies from the other team, and you got to just keep your foot on the gas pedal. And they're doing that to start the game right now.
That's it. When you're at home, you have to have that energy. You have to have that fire. You have to have that desire.
Yep.
And it's all about the way you start sometimes when you're in a 0-2 hole. You want to play with a lot of energy. Effort is great, but quite frankly, you play this game to do what?
You want to win.
You want to win.
Yeah, you want to win. And they can't afford to go down 0-3. With a shorter season, it's kind of you want to get off to a good start, and you don't want to go down 0-3. It's not time to push the panic button yet, but these ladies, they're off to a good start in this game.
Okay. Macomb with a return, but Henry Ford answers. Macomb setting up their defense, and that was Victoria Barney with a nice return there to return the service for Macomb. It's 6-3. On that back line, number 17, Kara Lewicki on the serve. That's a service error.
And seen a lot of those last game from both teams, really.
And some substitutions. Henry Ford, Alyssa Sanner is towing that back line, ready to serve. She likes to go right down the middle with her serves. Give the point and the serve back to Macomb. 7-4 in the early going.
It looked like Madison Sombart didn't know whether to leave it or go after that ball. But she's going to be fine. Look at her.
Janae Davis from Godwin Heights, Michigan, on the west side of the state, serves for
there you go.
Macomb. Nice ball placement there. And the Hawks get a point and the ball back. As it takes some time to go retrieve the ball.
One thing I like about the head coach for Henry Ford, Shannon Braun, she knows when to substitute her players. She's one of them. I like the culture that she's building around this team. Like every day I come to the gym and I see them working. She's right with them. She's in the trenches with them.
Madison Candela on the serve there. Return for Macomb, number 7, Britta Romish. Nice rally, both teams, and there's some action here at the net. Give that point.
That was a late call
to the Monarchs. What's that?
I said that was a late call.
Yeah, it was pretty late. Pretty late indeed. And the Monarchs, Samantha Olson, 8-5 Hawks. Olsen serve. Johnson on the return. A nice set by Sander. Get to the cross. And that got right inside that line. And it's 9-5 for the Monarchs. And coming back into this match, Kelsey Harris.
Henry Ford looks to be coming out, more enthusiastic today. From the game the other day, from the last home game against Madonna, they weren't flat, but they weren't, as hype as they are now. I think that's a good sign.
Janae Collins on the serve. A nice return, nice net play by the Hawks.
Very nice.
Gets it across for the Monarchs.
Janae Collins right there.
Collins is all over the place here in this first game.
You can always count on her. There you go right there again.
Dig. Very good job.
Even though McComb,
Kelsey Harris is going to regret that one. That's a mistake.
Even though McComb got the point on that, you got to like the effort by Janae Collins. Like you said, she was all over the place right there. We know how she's very athletic. She's one of the leaders on this team. They're gonna need her in this game.
Haley Link back to serve for the Monarchs into the contest. Re-entering it's number 13, Camille Brown for Henry Ford. That one was in there, and that's number 10, Alyssa Dar. Back to serve for the Hawks is number 9, Megan Hollis. Is it Hollis?
Hollis.
Hollis on the serve. 10-6 Hawks. Early going, first game.
Nice.
Good block.
That was a very good block.
Just went out of bounds. So give the point and the ball back to the Monarchs, 10-7.
That was a very good play. She just literally read the ball and reacted. That's what you have to do in this game. Read and react.
Britta Romish serving for the Monarchs, 10-7. Early going. Nice dig by Somberg for Henry Ford. Monarchs setting up a play, and that is out. And that's a point for the Hawks.
And you heard it right there from the Henry Ford Hawks team. They all yell out. That's what you have to do. You have to communicate in this game. Off to a good start, and I'm liking it.
Number 10, Alyssa Dar on the serve. And she's a little long. It's a service error and a point for the Monarchs, 10-8. They go through some substitutions, and number 18, Emily Langlois, set to serve. Nice execution by the Hawks to get it across the net. Nice setup. Nice return by McComb. Coming from the outside. She did that. She did that in the first game. That's number 11, Madison Candela. That's her favorite spot on the floor. And when she's attacking from that left side, it can be problems for the opposition. Yeah, good play.
When she's on, it's a problem for any team.
Nima Johnson ready to serve from the center. 12-8 Hawks. Early going. Glad you can be with us. Count that as an ace.
Little miscommunication right there from McComb.
13-8, and you have to like this momentum that the Hawks are building early on. They're not relenting. No let up so far.
And that's what we talked about in the game against Madonna, is the momentum, and that's something that they tried to get on. They got a little bit of momentum in the first. There you go, right there.
And that was some great concentration by Janae Collins at the net. If there's someone that's going to do the job for the Hawks, it's Janae Collins. And timeout. That's a timeout for McComb, and it's 14-8. And so far, Dallas, so far so good for the Hawks.
Yep, and you got to ride this wave of momentum, like we were saying. They needed to do that against Madonna. They went on a couple of streaks, but now they just have to hold it. And I'm liking the confidence right now, and I'm liking the body language. And these ladies are locked in right now.
Well, that is good to see. And when you're 0-2 and you're at home, it's not an optimal situation, but it's not a lost cause. You want to get a W, though.
Yeah, and like I said, you don't want to push the panic button, but, it's in their favor. They're at home. They're not playing in front of anybody, you know what I mean? So they shouldn't be nervous. But, you know, just come on and play your game of volleyball. You know, work on what you've been working on all season, and continue to just play your game. And I think they'll be all right.
It's kind of a thing where if you don't get it together quick, the season can be over. I looked at the schedule, and it's like the month of March, and then it's over.
Yeah, and that's this new COVID thing. A lot of these seasons are shorter, so you don't have enough time to really, you know, you don't have enough time to reset and reevaluate. It's literally you're on the go, and you know, a win here today is going to shift the momentum of their season, and I think they're gonna go on a run.
Okay, 14-8. Let's see what happens. Nema Johnson, sophomore out of Birmingham Groves, on the serve. Low rising serve. Gets it across. Nice setup. And from the outside, just a little bit too long on the return was Lily Grantham. Just a little bit too long. And a point for the Monarchs, 14-9. Critical point in the match right now.
Definitely.
Serving for Macomb, number 17, Kara Lewicki. Lewicki's low rider. Goes across, and Somberg at the return. Monarchs get it across the net, and Henry Ford just couldn't return the favor there. 14-10.
Janae Davis of Macomb, you know, she's known as a good defender. She showed it right there.
And Lewicki on the serve here. Nice setup. Collins couldn't get it across there. 14-11, and you want to stop this rally before it starts. And if you're the Hawks.
And the head coach of Macomb, Coach Doogie, she said that they like to go on runs. They like to shift the momentum. They have to stop that right here. Like you said, critical point in the game.
All right. Right at the net, Collins.
There you go.
And that's a rally buster right there.
And did you see how she just rose up and just made it look so easy? Janae Davis is one of the most athletic players on this Henry Ford Hawks team, and she's shown it here today.
15-11. Back, Hawks get the ball back. Alyssa Sanner on her serve. And that's a service error there. 15-12. Macomb gets the ball back. And back to serve is Janae Davis, young lady from the west side of the state. It's rare that these schools here on the east side of the state get those west siders.
Yeah, very rare. It's a nice recovery.
Hawks worked on that return, got it across. And Monarchs setting it up. Henry Ford returning the favor. And it's a little bit too long, Nema Johnson. And now the Monarchs continue to chip away, and it's 15-13.
Yep, got to stop it right here.
This game could go a long way in figuring out who's going to win this match. So Janae Davis back to serve. And that's Janae Collins. Once again, if you're looking for some athleticism, that's the girl for the Hawks so far, Dallas.
You can see it in her eyes, and she's loose right now. You know, I seen her pregame, dancing, smiling. You know, a lot of players don't do that before a game, but you know, she's doing that, and you see in her performance how loose she is.
Madison Candela back there to serve. She had a nice set of serves last week against Madonna. And soon as we say it, it happens. 17-13 for the Hawks.
I like how this team, when they get a point, this team explodes into celebration mode. I like that, and it's going to go a long way.
At the net. Is that a violation? Yeah, it's a violation there. I saw that. Some of the Hawks concerned about that. But
I don't know if you heard that from the Macomb coach, but she's preaching to her team that they need to regroup right now. Right. So I know she's feeling like, hey, we cannot let this game slip away.
And meanwhile, some of the Henry Ford players wondering about that call.
Yeah, Megan Hollis.
And Hollis is trying to figure out, hey, what do we do wrong?
Yep, just getting a feel for them.
That's okay.
Yep.
17-14. There's a difference between getting clarity and complaining.
Yeah.
Number 11, Samantha Olsen.
And an official, that'll go a long way with an official.
Get back to serve. And there you go. Nice return by Janae Collins. And when she's on, she's on.
She is on.
And they're going to run some substitutions now.
She is on today.
Collins is going to go back and serve. And into the contest for the Hawks returning to the lineup, number 5, Kelsey Harris. Collins on that serve. Sandberg sets it up real nice. Harris gets it across. McComb sends it nice. Set up here. And nice return that leads to a point. Alyssa Dar from that left outside hitter position.
Yep.
And it's 19-14 Hawks.
I feel like we don't talk about Alyssa Dar enough. She brings this passion and this energy to this Henry Ford Hawks team. And, you know, it's something that they need. I think she's a spark plug, and, you know, it's helping them out a lot.
Collins on the serve, and the error makes it 19. 19-15. Back to serve for McComb is number 3, Haley Link. Haley Link out of sophomore out of Lutheran North.
Out in New Baltimore.
Give the point to McComb. It's 19-16. Haley Link back to serve again. It's a net violation, and that ball, it's a point for McComb, and it's 19-17. It was once 19-14. 3 straight points by the Monarchs, and it's time for the Hawks to shut this rally down. Nice set by Alyssa Sanner. Nice return by McComb. Somberg, and from that outside hitter position again, that's number 10, Alyssa Dar with the return. McComb answers. Camille Brown, nice set. And they were trying to set Alyssa Dar up again, Dallas. It didn't work. Now it's 19-18.
You know, and that's a good call for a timeout right there. But you look on the faces of this Henry Ford Hawks team and the coaching staff, they're not panicking. They're loose today. They're not, get 4 straight points like that. The team's going into panic mode. Henry Ford is not going into panic mode. They're just playing the game, and they're playing the game the right way, loose and athletic.
Well, if there's ever such a thing as a timely timeout, this was it.
Yeah.
19-18, and you got to salvage this game. You worked so hard, you've controlled it, but this run here, it was 19-14, a 4-0 run right now for the Monarchs, and you hate to have come this far and to blow it. So, and that's part of volleyball too, though. Momentum, you have to steal it and take it away when you can.
Yep, and I don't think Henry Ford is thinking about what if we lose this game, and what if McComb comes back. Like I said, they're loose. They're playing their game of volleyball. They're not worried about that.
We'll see. I mean, it's 19-18,
yeah.
And McComb is on a run, and the best way to stop it, if you're Henry Ford, is what? What would you do to stop this rally?
I would just communicate better with my team. Be aware, be moving, and get the ball back on my side so we can go on a run ourselves.
Haley Link has had some success serving this volleyball. And here we go. Henry Ford setting up something from the right outside. Nice return from Megan Hollis. A nice dig by Sanner. And now we're all tied at 19. When that ball goes out of bounds, sometimes I want to leave our position and go get it and be helpful.
Hey, we can't do that. 2 things at once.
Can't do it. We got to stay
do 2
focused.
things at once. Yes, sir.
So it's 19-19. And speaking of staying focused, Henry Ford's got to do that right now.
Yeah. And they came out focused, but like you said, they have to stay focused.
19 all. Link with the serve. Nice setup.
There you go, right here.
Henry Ford setting it up again. And they're going to say violation at the net there. That's a 6-0 run. And now Macomb has retaken the lead 20-19.
And now this is where you start to really, okay, you got to wonder now.
And
7-0 run.
It dipped in,
Yeah.
21-19, and that's a 7-0 run. A 7-0 run that changed the complexion of game one.
And now you see the Hawks start to, panic a little bit. There you go.
And that'll stop the rally.
Yeah, it'll stop the rally. Now they have to create one of their own. They have to go on a run and finish this one off.
Showed a lot of strength and athleticism, Kelsey Harris, on that return. So now Megan Hollis is going to serve 21-20. Hawks trail it.
Crunch time right here in game one.
Didn't quite make it over across the net. So now it's 21-all, and it's a race to 25,
Yep.
Dallas.
Like I said, it's crunch time. Crunch time for both teams. Macomb trying to complete a comeback. Henry Ford trying to keep the foot on the neck.
Back to serve for the Hawks, Megan Hollis.
It's a good game right here.
Point for Macomb, and they are serving, leading 22-21. And Britta Romish serving it up. Bloomfield Christian High School, sophomore. She's had some pretty good service success. Different velocities on her serves. And that was in. That was in for the Hawks. And number 10, Alyssa Dyer, is going to serve with it all tied at 22.
What do you think about these celebrations that they're doing? You like them?
I love it. I mean, the enthusiasm, and you really don't, volleyball is not one of those sports that you get to see a lot of. But lately I've been watching a lot of college volleyball, and you'll see this kind of thing. And
yeah.
The girls in that volleyball culture love it. Serve was service error, a little bit too far. 23-22, Macomb. Emily Langlaw. She's back to serve for the Monarchs. And that's an error, and a big-time error. But the Hawks will take it, 23-23. Substitutions coming into the match for the Hawks. Janae Collins and Nima Johnson.
Hey, like you said, it's a race to 25. Now they're bringing in Janae Collins, Nima Johnson, two athletic players. We know Nima Johnson can do with the serve.
If there's a person that you want serving, it's Nima Johnson.
Yep.
Let's see.
Indeed.
And that's out.
I like that. Communication at its finest right there, letting their teammates know, the bench letting their teammates know as well. That's a good play to let that one out and to let their players know that was out as well.
Game point. Nima Johnson, 24-23.
Let's pull it off right here.
All hands on deck, and here we go.
And there you go.
That's an ace.
Yep.
That's an ace. And game one goes to the Henry Ford College Hawks, 25-23. They kept their composure.
Yep.
Once they lost that 19-14 lead, gave it up 7 straight points, 21-19.
Mm-hmm.
And on the rest of the way, they were able to outscore Macomb 6-2, a 6-2 run to close it out, including those last 2 critical points on the nice serves by Nima Johnson.
Yeah, and we know what Nima Johnson can do on the serve. She showed it against Madonna. She's doing it again here today. I think any college, if she decides to move on to a 4-year school, any college will want a player like Nima Johnson, a leader on and off the floor. Doesn't talk much, just goes about her business, and we seen it here today in game 1.
Well, folks, make sure you stay with us because we are going to be here on Tuesday and Wednesday as well as Friday. We're doing volleyball, we're doing men's, and I think we're doing men's and women's basketball. But just make sure you stay with us. Eric Pate and Dallas Young. Dallas, a student here at Henry Ford. How's the baseball team coming?
Baseball team is going great. We start in 2 weeks. Game at Siena Heights, preseason game at Siena Heights. Myself and the boys are ready to go. We had something to prove last year. We started out 8-2, went down to Myrtle Beach, played good baseball. Unfortunately, our season got canceled. So we have something to prove this year. A lot of teams know about us. They know what we can do. This isn't Henry Ford of old where teams are just going to run over us. We got a lot of players that have passion for the game, love the game, and are ready to go to war with each other every day, and I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, well, volleyball on Tuesday, the 23rd, St. Clair County Community College. That's a match that'll start at 7, and then at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night, it'll be Schoolcraft College, team that Henry Ford played on Friday. Then on Friday, February 26th, it's men's basketball. Looking forward to seeing what Henry Ford College has. They've got some great players. They've had a great run here the last couple years.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to seeing those games. But let me ask you about your baseball. Is that game against Siena Heights going to be outside?
Yeah, it will be outside. That's the things we have to do when we're playing Michigan, or we're playing baseball in Michigan. We got to endure the cold. We have to endure them 30-degree games, 30, 35-degree weather games. But my team is some soldiers, and we're gonna come out. We're gonna be warm, but we're gonna come out. We're gonna get a couple of wins and continue to go about our business.
So no Florida trip this year for the baseball team?
No Florida trip, no Myrtle Beach trip, but either way it's baseball, and we're happy to have that. We weren't sure we were having baseball this year, obviously with the coronavirus. So we're just happy to be out there and playing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, hey, stay with us, and of course go to the Henry Ford College website, and you can get all the live streams on YouTube. In fact, I watched our last game on YouTube. Just put in Henry Ford College volleyball in the search engine on YouTube, and was able to check out the entire broadcast, so the entire webcast rather. So make sure you check us out, and we'll be with you all season long. It'll be a quick season. If you blink and miss the month of March, you miss the season. So make sure you stay tuned for our volleyball and basketball webcasts.
And I'm happy to be out here doing it with you. I'm learning a lot.
Hey, it's like riding a bike after a while. So just appreciate the opportunity to bring it to you. And 1-0, the Hawks came through. They played tough and stayed focused. I mean, that's the key in volleyball. You can't lose your concentration, can't lose your focus, just like any other sport.
Right.
And I think you got to give some credit early on to Coach Braun, Shannon Braun, her first year. And now we're getting ready for game number 2.
It's going to be interesting to see how Macomb comes out after their game 1 loss. Let's see how they bounce back, or if they try to bounce back.
Megan Hollis on the return. It's out of bounds. So right away, service error. Not what you wanted to see, but it happens. And Macomb County Community College gets the volleyball, and number 17, Kara Lewicki, will start them off. Henry Ford setting it up. Little bit too long. Kelsey Harris. 2-0, early going for Macomb.
Way to read and react right there. That was very nice. Kelsey Harris, just like I said, reading and reacting. That's what you have to do in this game. You have to stay athletic and just read and react, and she's doing a great job of that.
2-1.
I'm looking at Janae Davis of Macomb County and how locked in she is right now. She had a good game in game 1. I'm going to be interested to see how she does in game 2. What is going to be her approach in this game?
Madison Somberg on the serve. for the Hawks. Camille Brown, nice set. Sonberg gets it over. Henry Ford at the net. Nice play by Harris. Nice block. And once it goes up, if it hits that ceiling, it's out. So 3-1 early going, McComb. And that's what happened. Volleyball hit the net. The official closest to the net, closest to the ball, made the call. And McComb gets the ball, and they are serving. That's number 12, Janae Davis. Davis on the serve. Dumped it. McComb dumped it right over the net. No one was there for Henry Ford, 4-1.
In game 2, who are you looking for to lead this Henry Ford Hawks team to a win?
Well, always Kelsey Harris, always, because she's right with Janae Collins. They're the two most athletic players on this team. Looking forward to them making a difference at the net.
Madison Sonberg's been kind of quiet today. I'm looking forward to her ripping and diving all over to help her team get a win.
And right on cue, that's Kelsey Harris, 4-2. And Nima Johnson on that back line with those serves. She does a great job. She's probably had the best serve percentage. I don't have the stats in front of me, so I don't want to call it. But just a hunch from what I've seen thus far in 1.5 games.
Yeah, very, very good player. Very good player.
Nice play. That's Madison Candela. They've got a nice mix, a nice feel on this team. Lily Grantham and Madison Candela do their jobs from the outside for this Hawks team.
And the thing I like about this Henry Ford Hawks team is they're not the tallest, but they will beat you with the heart and they will beat you with the athleticism. And you know, we're seeing that in game 1, and we're seeing that now. You see it there.
And a nice little mix of athleticism, Dallas. That's a good call. 4 up, 4 all with Nima Johnson. Great play at the net by Collins. Collins and Harris will carry the load right there at the net for the Hawks. McComb sets it up.
Yep, there you go.
Nice dive by Johnson.
Oh, man. This team will out-hustle you. That's one thing Henry Ford will do. They will out-hustle you.
That was great play by Henry Ford. Unfortunately, not enough to get the point. McComb serving number 18, Langlois. 5-4. That's out. A little bit too hard, too far. 6-4, McComb. Back to serve, number 18, Emily Langlois.
Assistant coach Miguel Banda letting the Henry Ford Hawks team let them know to take it easy. Screaming from the sideline.
That one came right over to our broadcast area.
Hey, I was counting on you to catch that.
Hey, I was looking for your outfield skills there.
Man. All right, we got to communicate a little bit better.
Well, hey, trust me, we're going to get some action.
Oh, yeah.
But,
I'm ready for it. I'll be ready next time.
Henry Ford gets on that era, Henry Ford gets the point and the ball. Number 1, Alyssa Sanner on the serve. Nice dig.
There you go.
All right, Lewicki.
Yep.
But Henry Ford rallies for the point, and it's 6-6. Sanner on the serve. Good match thus far.
Yeah, very. I told you it was going to be even matchup. There you go.
Nice strategy by both teams. Sonberg, nice set by Sanner. Outside hitter there. Number 11, Candela. Johnson goes low for it. Candela with a nice hard return. And at the net, our girl, Janae Collins.
And let me tell you something. You know, Madison Sonberg we're gonna count on her to be everywhere. We're gonna count on her to be ripping and running all over the court. And that last sequence, she did a good job of being there every single time, and you can count on her being there every single time.
Sander on the serve. Now that was a mean return.
That was.
By number 7, Britta Romish.
Are you stopping that?
For Macomb.
Are you stopping that?
Oh, no. Never count on me to stop any of these high-velocity shots that we're able to talk about. I feel comfortable talking about it, but not returning. That's a whole nother story. Romish on the return. On the serve here. Johnson. A little bit too far, and it goes out. And the Monarchs get the point, 8-7. And that's Romish on the serve, sophomore out of Bloomfield Christian. Hawks rally to get to their positions. Setting it up, Johnson. Nice set. Nice return by number 9, Hollis.
Set it up right there.
Good job of quarterbacking by Somberg. Monarchs get it across. Johnson, nice setup, outside hitter.
Very nice sequence right here by both
Candela,
teams.
yes. Sander doing a good job of quarterbacking.
Yeah.
And that's a nice setup play. Candela from that left outside hitter position scores the point.
And you talked about that game 1, how she just likes to set that ball on the left side of the court where nobody is. She does a great job of that, and she does it again here.
And when the rallies end in points, the strategy is always good. Good substitutions. Number 11, Candela on the serve for the Hawks. Monarchs setting it up. Collins, boom. Dar and Collins at the net doing a great job for the Hawks. And that's number 11, Candela, back to serve, 9-8. We got another tough cruncher here in game 2.
Way to talk.
Monarchs attack that middle. Collins. Davis for the Monarchs. Working on a return. There go the Hawks. They get it across. Here come the Monarchs.
They get a point to Henry Ford.
Sometimes when that ball is placed there, it just takes a little space. Yeah. Monarchs get that point, so it's 10-8. Candela on the serve. Hawks setting it up from the outside hitter position. Dar at the net. Good hustle, but again, sometimes you can't cover all these spaces on this floor. 10-9, the Monarchs got it. They get the ball back, and number 5, Victoria Barney will serve. Out of Bishop Foley High School.
They're known for volleyball over there.
Nice setup. Dar, a nice return. There's Somberg.
That's nice by Somberg.
Oh, that's tough. And so now it's 10-all.
That's a good effort right there. Good attempt.
One thing you must say about Henry Ford, they hustle. Yeah. They're diving all over the floor. They're very much focused mentally into this match.
Yeah, hustle and heart wins a lot of games. That's what people don't know about volleyball and any other sport. Hustle and heart. You don't have to be the tallest, the fastest, but if you have that hustle and you have that heart, it goes a long way.
And we just talked about the mental aspect of it, and that's a service error against the Macomb Monarchs. And so back to serve for Henry Ford is number 8, Janae Collins. Trying to set up Janae Davis. And nice return. And too hot to handle for Janae Collins on that back row. 11-all. 11 all with some substitutions coming in for the Hawks. That's Camille Brown, number 13 that's in for the Hawks. And back to serve is Haley Link. It's her turn again. 11 all in game 2. If you just joined us here on the live stream, the Hawks won game 1. They're up 1-0. Double hit there, so the point goes to McComb.
We've seen this in game 1. Here McComb kind of goes on a run. You know, Henry Ford has to put an end to it and regain the lead, get a stop here.
Hawks setting up a play where Kelsey Harris can use her strength.
You see it right there.
And there's a point, big point, 12 all. And back to serve for the Hawks is number 9, Megan Hollis. She's had some great success early on serving the ball. See if she can continue that.
Yeah, she's kind of just playing her role. A freshman, in her first year, she's just playing her role, getting used to college volleyball. But she's doing her thing.
13-12. And critical juncture. If they can get a nice run, they can take control of the game.
And that's exactly what they need to do. Is they need to take control, and when they do take control, keep that foot on their neck, and grab the second game.
It's too far on the serve. 13 all.
Very even game. Through the first 2 games, we had a lot of ties so far. The scores have been even.
Yeah, it's a back and forth kind of pace, and Carol Lewicki back to serve for the Monarchs. 13 all. Midway through game number 2.
Nice.
And that's a smart play. It's about
very smart.
Sometimes it's about touch.
Oh man.
And that was a great play by Lily Grantham to give them the 14th point for them. 14-13 Hawks right now.
And it kind of like Kelsey Harris set them up. They thought the ball was going to Kelsey, and she made the leap at the net, and the 2 defenders leaped after Kelsey, and that's where she got the tap in, and they were able to find the space on the floor.
Madison Somberg on the serve. She gets a lot out of her serves. Nice distance, setting it up. I don't quite know what the call was, but the point is awarded to the Monarchs. I think that was 4 hits. So the Monarchs will get it. 14 all. A nice block at the net by the Monarchs. 15-14.
Both teams are competitive. That's what you want in this game. Back and forth game, like you said. Like we said in pregame, you know, it's going to be even matchup, and it's going to be a back and forth game, and both teams are showing that right now.
Davis back to serve for the Monarchs. Somberg on the dig. Nice setup and a score. Britta Romish, 16-14. Janae Davis back to serve for the Monarchs. They lead 16-14. Good play by Brown to keep it alive. Over to Somberg, over to Candela. Monarchs returned it, and Henry Ford had to go low. Timeout.
It's a good timeout call. Good timeout call.
17-14.
Try to stop the momentum, drop some more plays.
17-14 Monarchs. It was just 13 all, and this currently is a 4-1 run for the Monarchs. And critical juncture indeed. What do you think the Hawks need to do to kind of turn the momentum right now?
Just listen to their head coach, which is what they're doing. She's drawing up some plays right now, talking strategy, and I think they have to just follow that strategy. And like I said, get some stops. You know, the defense has been good, but McComb is finding holes, and just continue to show hustle and heart. Continue to dive over the floor, keep the ball alive, and you know, just get some points on the board and stop this run.
Their play at the net has been sufficient, I think, for the Hawks. But you've got to find a way to penetrate this Monarchs defense. In the middle of the defense, when the Hawks have attacked the middle, they've had some success.
Yeah.
17-14. Coach Braun points at the scoreboard. Hey,
it's go time.
You're not that far behind.
Nope.
So let's see what happens.
But they were in the same predicament last game, and they turned it around. So let's see if they do it again.
Janae Davis for the Monarchs. Camille Brown, Megan Hollis.
Off to a good start right here.
Harris, nice return at the net.
They are.
For the Hawks.
There you go.
And that's exactly what you want if you're the Hawks. Did they draw it up like that in the huddle, Dallas?
Yeah.
Candela on the return.
Yeah, Madison Candela, she's been there all game long. We've seen it in the first game as well against Madonna. A freshman out of Harlan, she's showing her worth on the Senior 4 Hawks volleyball team.
Nima Johnson on the serve. Let's see if the Hawks can get a rally going.
They give Henry Ford the point.
Fifth, 17-16. Maybe the rally cry is coming true for the Hawks. 17-16.
They get another point here. They officially have momentum. There you go.
Nice play at the net. That's Grantham and Collins, and they've done a great job, as we said, as I alluded to a few moments ago.
Do you understand how
17 all?
Do you understand how quick and fast and agile you have to be to stop that ball the way she just did?
You have to be a brave heart. Johnson on the serve. There's that heat by Collins. Somberg sets it up. That was Grantham. McComb returns it. And a little bit too far by Candela. Makes it 18-17. It's a game of inches sometimes, and that's a cliche, but it's true.
Yep.
And McComb gets the point and gets the ball.
Just a little bit too hard can be the difference.
Back to serve.
Right over that white line.
Back to serve is Langlois for the Monarchs. Somberg comes through.
That was nice.
Nice hustle by Somberg. She saved that rally.
And like I said, Madison Somberg, heart and hustle is what she is. We seen it in game one. She's proven it here again today. But it looked like it was bad communication on the hands of McComb.
Okay, Alyssa Sanders back on the back line to serve.
She's done a pretty good job today.
She has a nice low driving serve. McComb from the outside, that's number 18, Langlois, paying some dividends there, getting the ball back 19-18. Back to serve for the Monarchs is Britta Romish. This roster of McComb, not a lot of depth. Coach said they only have 7 players.
Yep.
Coach Duquette said that. Coach Doogie in the pregame. Collins with a nice one. Davis gets it across for the Monarchs. Somberg sets it up for Collins.
That was a nice save.
Nice return right at the net. Here we go again. Nice setup by Collins. That's in there for number 11, Candela. And that was some nice strategy by the Hawks, and it worked. 19 all.
What a game Candela is having.
You got to love it. When the strategy works, it works. 11. Madison Candela back to serve. Critical juncture in game number 2 for the Hawks. That was a little bit too hot to handle.
Yeah.
20-19, the Monarchs point and the serve here. Victoria Barney. Here's Collins with the boom. Couldn't get it across. And there the Hawks tying it up at 20. A nice rally could seal the deal. Let's see what's going to happen. Some substitutions coming back in. Kelsey Harris. Kelsey Harris back in, and Camille Brown. Collins and Johnson exit for the Hawks. Nice sequence of play for those two.
Yep. Hey, fasten your seatbelt, man. We're down to the wire again. Game 2.
And Camille Brown out of Taylor Prep High School in Taylor, Michigan. Veteran, played last year. At the net. And paying some dividends there is Alyssa Dar and Kelsey Harris for the Hawks. They get that point. 21-20 timeout, Macomb.
So let me ask you now, a 1-point lead with, they have 4 points left to go. What do you do if you're Henry Ford? Are you gonna hit it where they're not, or set up some sequences, try to confuse the offense? What are you doing?
Well, I think you have to go to your strength. I mean, the outside hitting has been great for Henry Ford, but the power game has worked well for them. So that's where I'm trying to get some serves, some nice little serves from Nima Johnson, and some outside hitting by Candela and Grantham. And at that net, I'm telling Kelsey Harris to be right there to handle any tips, makes all athletic plays, and everyone else just be alert and be aware.
Yeah, but a lot of the sophomores today are leading the charge for Henry Ford today, so that's something that you like to see. Second-year players, being leaders and kind of taking control of the game.
Okay, get 4 points and they can go up 2-0, and I think at 2-0. And nothing's for certain, but that could be the way this thing has been contested. Yeah, could be a commanding lead.
They like I said, they came out more focused and intense today, and you see it in their game.
Contributors have been all types of contributors there, and Camille Brown on the serve. Macomb, Davis on the return. Somberg, Sander, and they get a point. That got in. You got that eagle eye for the official right there on the baseline. He called it for Henry Ford, and it's 22-20. Another contributor here, Camille Brown on the serve.
Go
ahead.
Now that's big. That is big. And Macomb kind of just looked and was confused. So now see how if that affects them. That call affects them.
Okay. And that serve was a little bit too long, a service error. And so now Macomb, 22-21, Macomb serving and trailing by 1. Setting up that power game. 22-22.
Back even again. Another even score.
Yeah, it's 22 all, and Macomb, Haley Link on the serve. You're expecting power from the outside, and Henry Ford switched it up. Met him at the net there, 23-22. Macomb has the lead now. They were down 22-20. They've scored the last 3 points.
Back and forth.
Link on the serve. Camille Brown. Megan Hollis, there's that boom by Harris. And boom, it pays off, 23-all. They switched it up a little bit on us. Played with the speed. But on that one, that was what we expected.
Yeah.
23-all. Megan Hollis on the serve here, all tied at 23. 2 points can win it, just like last time.
Yep.
Just like game 1. Let's see what happens. Janae Davis scores for Macomb. It's 24-23. That's game point.
It comes down to who wants it more now. Will they finish it, or will they let Henry Ford get 2 more points and get this win?
Lewicki on the serve for the Monarchs. And lack of communication there, so game number 2 goes to Macomb. The identical score of game 1, 25-23, so we're tied at 1. So game 2 is in the books. Game 1 went to HFCC. Game 2, 25-23 in favor of Macomb. So we're all tied heading into game 3. And Eric Pate, Dallas Young with you here at the Athletics Memorial Building on the campus of Henry Ford College. Glad to be with you on this Sunday afternoon. Volleyball action in the Michigan Junior College Athletic Association. And don't forget, folks, we'll be right back with you on Tuesday night at St. Clair County Community College. That's SC4, St. Clair Community College. St. Clair County Community College. Then on Wednesday, it's February 24th. It'll be more volleyball action against Schoolcraft College. The Ocelots come into the Athletics Memorial Building. But on Friday, I'm looking forward to this one. It's the men's basketball team taking on Wayne County.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready for that.
That's always a good game.
Yeah, I'm ready for that. I'm ready to be here with you.
Yep. So stay tuned with us on the live cast, webcast. I think I called it a webcast. That's kind of old school in the new school.
They don't call it that no more.
Yeah, it's a live stream. So I got to remember that. All this new stuff now, live stream. We'll be live streaming all through the month of March. So you make sure you stay with us so you can get all of what's going on here at Henry Ford College under the direction of the athletic director, Rochelle Taylor. Here, nice facility. The floor, it looks great. And the acoustics here in the building is much better. I'm looking forward to the day when fans can come back in here, Dallas.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good experience. As an athletic program, we miss our fans. We miss the adrenaline that they give us, the extra boost that they give us. So, when the day when fans come back in, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a great day.
Okay, well, Dallas, what do you anticipate is going to happen here in Game 3?
I think Game 3 is going to go to Henry Ford. I think they're going to come out. They let this game kind of slip away, but I think they're going to come back, and I think they're going to come out aggressive and come out with a purpose and be ready to go for Game 3 and take the 2-1 lead.
Well, I think that the way this thing has been, the girls on both sides have been competing. They've been battling, and that's what you want. You want that to happen. If you're coaching on either side, you want your girls to compete. And if the girls are competing, that's all you can ask for. The heart, the determination, the desire, the passion, it's all been here. The strategy. And if you're Henry Ford, it's looking up because it wasn't this way last year.
Nope.
And maybe by the middle of the season, middle of March, I'll stop talking about last year. but you could see the difference with Coach Braun.
And you know what? We talked about it when they played Madonna, just the way they came out, the way they were prepared, the way they approached the game, the way they looked, the way they talked, the way they walked. It all has to do with Coach Shannon Braun. And, she's bringing a different type of culture to this program. And I can't wait to see what they do the rest of this year and the years to come after this, because to me, I feel like she will be here for a while, and they're going to turn this Henry Ford volleyball program around.
Okay, let's see what happens here in Game 3. Game 3 can be critical. I don't have any percentages in front of me, no data, but you like to think that the winner of Game 3 can win the match. So let's hope it's Henry Ford. They've played very well, nice strategy. And let's see if they can come through.
Yeah, I at the beginning of the pregame, I predicted a 3-0 sweep for the Hawks. So I was wrong on that one, but I know they're going to come out and take Game 3 here.
Okay, number 17 for Macomb, Kara Lewicki. Gonna serve to start game number 3. Eric Pate, Dallas Young with you. Henry Ford College Athletics on a Sunday afternoon at the Athletics Memorial Building. And Macomb just hit it where they ain't.
Yep.
And it's 1-0.
Yeah, that old saying, hit it where they ain't. That's key in volleyball.
Oh, what a battle to get it across for Henry Ford. Great job, great hustle. And that's too far. Whenever you see that red flag, you know it's out. And it's 1-1 for the Hawks. Good point. Serving for the Hawks is Megan Hollis, a freshman out of Romeo High School.
Megan Hollis has been good the first 2 games of this matchup, so I expect her to continue that in game 3.
Done a great job. Finding on that corner, right on the end there. And Macomb scores a point, 2-1. Checking into the contest for Macomb is number 11, Samantha Olsen. She'll be on the back line serving. Henry Ford, that gets right across. And they didn't even get a chance to set up their defense.
Yeah, not at all.
Henry Ford. And those aces on the serve really help you out. And I noticed that Coach Braun is trying to get 3 girls across that front line to protect that net. Olsen on the serve. 4-1. All of a sudden, that might be one of the biggest leads of the game.
Yeah, not
match.
how you want to start, game 3. You have to look for Henry Ford to kind of put an end to this and just turn it around right here.
They are attacking these sidelines, Macomb is. Meanwhile, the Hawks are attacking the middle for the Monarchs, setting up some returns. Now, that was a great play.
That was.
By Alyssa Dar from the outside. Sometimes I noticed they change the speed, they change the velocity. It's the way you touch this ball.
And that's playing their way. That's playing their version of volleyball. This is what you have to do. You have to play your way. You have to compete and just go out and get wins.
Smart volleyball.
Yep.
Keep them off balance. Timeout. Timeout is called. And this
is where you
Henry
reset
Ford's
right here.
timeout.
Yep, this is where you reset right here. Go over some plays, go over some strategies, and get back out and execute them.
Yeah, what you don't want to do is have this thing get away from you.
Yeah.
You want to stay in front of it. I think Henry Ford, if I'm Henry Ford, I want to continue to use my power game. I think you had some success there. What do you think, Dallas?
Yeah, I think the power game did work for him. It's going to be huge going forward. Let's see if they stick to it. I think they should. You think they should as well. But Coach Braun, she's very smart. She knows her volleyball. She knows what she's doing. So it's ultimately up to her and strategies that she uses. But it's going to be interesting to see how they come out of this timeout. Will they use a power game, or will they stick to being more athletic and kind of, just trying to find it and, hitting them where they ain't.
Good to be with you on a Sunday afternoon here at the Athletics Memorial Building. Eric Pate, Dallas Young will be with you all season long. And a little later on, we'll share with the upcoming games. I know we'll be here for volleyball Tuesday and Wednesday. And then on Friday, men's basketball right here at the AMB. Back to serve for Henry Ford is number 2, Madison Somberg. Talking to Camille Brown a little bit, going over a little strategy. Macomb and Somberg serve went right to the middle. Now it's Henry Ford setting up that power game. And it worked.
Well, like you said, they came out of that timeout sticking to that power game. So we'll see if they move forward with it.
Okay, let's see what Somberg does with this serve. 4-3. McComb, they're attacking that back line. They've noticed something in Henry Ford's back line that they can exploit, and they just did it again. And so number 18, Langlois, is back to serve for the Monarchs. 5-3 visitors. Game number 3, critical juncture. And that's good hustle.
That was good. That was good hustle by Samantha Olsen. She's been ripping and running from McComb in the game, and it hasn't gone unnoticed.
And now they're inserting Nema Johnson, the sophomore out of Birmingham Groves. Let's see if she can get something, get a rally going with her serve.
Yep.
5-4, McComb. From the outside.
That's a good hit right there.
It was Madison Candela. McComb able to return it. Johnson for Henry Ford.
Yeah.
And there's Candela.
Again.
With a nice kill.
Again. Madison
5-5.
Candela.
Somebody's going to catch a body right here.
She's finding spots.
She is finding the spots. Neva Johnson back to serve. 5-5. We're tied at 1. There it is. That's the power game we alluded to.
Yep.
Madison Candela bringing the power from the left outside position. And Nema Johnson getting a little rally going, getting a little momentum going with the serve.
Yeah, what I've noticed through the first couple of home games for the Hawks, Madison Candela, she's very mature as a freshman. A lot of freshmen come in, nervous, trying to prove a point, but she's just playing her game. She's sticking to her game and finding spots.
We're talking a lot about Collins and Harris's athleticism. I think we should add Candela to that list.
For sure.
Johnson, speaking of which,
there
it is. There it is. Nice return from the 5'7" freshman out of Heartland High School, Madison Candela.
She's making sure you know her name.
Say it again.
She said she's making sure everybody knows her name.
That's it. Early on, Johnson on the return, on the serve. McComb returns it. Nice setup. Maybe there was some miscommunication there. Maybe they were expecting Johnson to send it over the net. So it's 7-6 McComb. Whatever the case, the Monarchs get the point. Serving for the Monarchs is number 7, Romish. Back line. McComb setting it up, trying to exploit the middle of the Hawks. There's Johnson. And sometimes when you get your players out of position, they do things that are unusual to them. Johnson didn't look comfortable on that one.
Yeah, not at all. You could see she immediately took accountability for that. And she let her teammates know, hey, it's my bad. Let's go back and get this next play.
Okay, Romish. Romish on the serve. The Hawks setting it up from the outside. No power there from Lily Grantham there. Hadn't heard a lot from her lately. 8-7. A 3-0 run for the Monarchs of Macomb Community College.
Good hustle. Very good hustle.
Got a little floor burn there.
Very good hustle.
9-7 Monarchs. Just ran out of real estate there.
Yeah, and you can't teach that. You either have it or you don't. Madison Sunbark has that. She has that hustle. She has that heart. You see her right now breathing heavy. She has that, and that's going to be key for Henry Ford.
Okay. Romish on the serve. Henry Ford setting it up. Collins trying to get to that middle.
Nice.
Let's see if Henry Ford can return this. Good hustle by Candela. Somberg. Hollis sets it up. Candela returned it. McComb gets it across. Collins with the tip right to the middle. Trying to exploit that middle, the Hawks are.
They got the point.
Get that point to Henry Ford, and they retain serve. Sander back to serve for the Hawks. 9-8. The Hawks trail it early in game number 3. And that's that boom by Janae Collins. That's what you wanted. That could be a momentum changer there, 9-all. And Sander is back to serve. Collins is your best bet at the net.
Yep.
For Henry Ford.
I'm really impressed by the way she carries herself on the volleyball court and off the volleyball court. She's showing what she can do on a day in, day out basis, and you know, you see the work that she puts in, and it's coming to fruition in these games.
Okay. Look like McComb froze, and that's going to cost him a lack of concentration there. And Henry Ford didn't stop playing.
Not at all.
10-9.
Stop in action right here.
I think something happened to number 5 for the Monarchs, and that's Victoria Barney.
She walks off the court.
Did she get hurt? Did she get hit?
Yeah.
I think that
looks like she's walking off the court. A little bit gingerly.
Yeah, so I think she might have gotten hit, but the play didn't stop.
Not at all.
And Henry Ford gets the point.
And you know, like you said, the play doesn't stop, and Henry Ford took advantage of that, and you know, they get that point. So
I want to take this time to definitely let you know that we'll be here again on Tuesday for a match between your Henry Ford College Hawks and the St. Clair County Community College SC4 at 7 o'clock. Then on Wednesday, we're right back here on the 24th. Schoolcraft College didn't get a chance to hear what the official had to say. But that young lady's face is beet red.
That Schoolcraft matchup is going to be a good matchup, and it's going to be interesting to see how Henry Ford bounces back. We know Schoolcraft and Henry Ford are rivals. Let's see how Henry Ford, after they took that loss on Friday, let's see how they bounce back and see how they do against Schoolcraft again.
I think they're looking at her eyes. I think the right eye in particular. That was Victoria Barney, number 5, who may have been hit in the face with the ball. Didn't get a chance to really take a look at it. So hopefully she's going to be okay.
And these things happen in volleyball. It doesn't go, you know, it doesn't go unnoticed how tough these girls are, and they take a time out here. So it's going to be a while.
I think it's, you know, some of the safety protocols, but we talk about safety protocols. Concussion protocol goes into play when you get hit by volleyball.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, these girls are tough. You know, something I can never do. I can never be ripping and running around and diving on the hardwood floor. So, you know, props to these girls out here. You know, they're doing it day in and day out.
So make sure you continue to follow all of Henry Ford athletics throughout the month of March in particular. We've got a schedule that's loaded with all of the changes. The schedules are always fluid with everything that goes on COVID. It depends on the infection rate. It depends on the universities and the decisions that they make regarding the data that they receive. So we're just happy to be here with you, Eric Pate, Dallas Young, at the Athletics Memorial Building. And Friday, don't forget, it's college basketball action. Henry Ford College and Wayne County Community College, 7 p.m. right here at the Athletics Memorial Building. Unfortunately, no fans, but just stick with us. We will bring you the live stream right into your living room. Sync it to your TV.
I'm looking forward to that basketball game. You know, Henry Ford has a lot of transfers coming in, a lot of exciting freshmen. heard they rip, and I heard they run, and I heard they shoot that 3 ball. So it's going to be an exciting game. And, you know, I'm looking forward to, you know, calling that with you.
Okay.
Hearing that excitement.
We'll see. But I'm enjoying the volleyball action right now, and 10-9 as the trainers continue to tend to Victoria Barney, and we'll give you an update if we find out exactly what's wrong. She's wiping her right eye, so see what happens. A nice little delay.
And so we're going to see how that affects them as well. You know, they came in with 7. You know, if she's out, that takes them down to 6. So, you know, a lot of, you know, some players won't get a lot of rest.
Yeah, and I think Coach was very upfront and very honest with us. Coach Lauren Duquette, she said that, hey, we got 7 girls. Now they may be down to 6. So let's see what happens. If
Take
they
another
have,
timeout.
If they have 6, I wonder how that affects the rotations. I guess you're gonna play with 6 and you rotate within those folks who are in the contest. It looks like a contact or something that may have come out. So they're over there dealing with that. But
it's gonna be tough because, you know, like you said, they started out with 7. You know, and if she's out the game, it's gonna take them down to 6. Their rotation, like, a lot of players won't be getting rest, and that's gonna affect their play. You know, you can only go so long, running, diving, and, you know, not being tired. But it looks like she's coming back.
All right. Well, nice round of applause for her from her teammates. Henry Ford, from their standpoint, 10-9. They have the lead. It's game 3. What have you liked thus far of what they've done?
It's like how they're coming out. You know, they came out aggressive, just like they do every game. You know what I mean? They come out aggressive. I like how they're hard hitting. They're switching up sequences. They're switching up plays. You know, so I think they just got to keep that up, and I think they'll be fine.
Okay. All right. Ready to serve it up is Alyssa Sanner for the Hawks. 10-9 Hawks, game 3. It's all tied. I want to say too many hits there. 10-10. We're all tied. Game number 3.
It continues to be a back-and-forth game as well.
And the young lady who was injured, Victoria Barney, on the serve. That's an ace. What a way to come back from injury.
Yeah, come back in the game and instantly make an impact.
Like I said, I think it was a contact issue. She's trying to put her contact back in, it looked like. Her face was really red. I thought she had gotten hit by the ball. But nonetheless, there's an ace to make it 11-10, McComb. Henry Ford trying to answer. $12-10, McComb. Now you kind of got to regroup because once again you're getting players who aren't familiar or don't seem comfortable anyway playing that back row.
Yeah.
And that was Nima Johnson on the play.
The save, that's great hustle right there.
Oh, what a great play.
Wow.
Johnson sets it up. McComb comes back with a set play of their own. Candela returned it. And Johnson's working hard. No avail on that particular exchange. 13-10, McComb.
Nima Johnson, I just literally seen her put her body on the line and try to save a ball.
Okay, it's 13-10. Number 5 is having some success. Victoria Barney for McComb.
There you go.
That's a rally buster there. That was that Candela on the rally bust there?
Yep.
13-11. See what happens. McComb. Henry Ford trying to set something up here.
Very nice.
That was Lewicki on that return. Henry Ford setting it up. Trying to restore that power from the outside. That was out. So there's a point
and like you
for
said,
the Hawks, 13-12.
Like you said, game of inches, that literally was out by half an inch. It was close.
All right, critical juncture for the Hawks right here, 13-12. They trail. On the serve was Candela. And now they're going to tie that thing up.
Yeah, back even again.
How
many times have we said that today?
Nip and tuck, back and forth, game of inches, all the cliches you can come up with. And
I'm loving it.
Henry Ford, they just won't die. They just won't quit. All tied up. And that one just dropped in, 14-13. The Monarchs regained the lead. Yeah, I'm sorry, we can't get the ball for you.
New ball, new ball in the court.
Haley Link is back to serve. She looked up. I looked at her. I can't leave my position on the live stream.
Hey, they asked you to do a lot here today.
If it was the home team, I might have considered. 14-13, Henry Ford. I'm sorry, 14-13, McComb on the serve.
That was a great talk right there.
14 all, and Nima Johnson.
Nima Johnson yelling, "I got it," and everybody being able to hear it. That's leadership right there and taking control. Communication as well.
Who can make a play? I can.
Yep.
Back to
who wants the ball? That's what it comes down to. Who wants the ball?
Back to serve is Camille Johnson. And she was just trying to just drop it in a little bit too hard. 15-14 Monarchs. They regain the serve. And back to do that is Kara Lewicki. 15-14 McComb. Eric Pate, Dallas Young with you at the Athletics Memorial Building. Glad to be on this live stream with you. Nice rally.
Yeah. Way to let that go.
Was too far. 15-15. Substitution here for the Hawks. Number 7, Lily Grantham checking in. See what Lily can bring. Dearborn product. Back to serve.
Right in her hometown.
Back to serve for Henry Ford's Hollis, number 9, Megan Hollis.
They get the point.
That one fall in? Yes, it did. Yep. 16-15 Hawks. They just won't die.
Hey, again, we're close. It's crunch time. Let's see who wants it.
Nice serve by Hollis. And nice return, a better return by McComb. 16 all.
And you see the war wounds on Madison Sonberg's knees, diving around, putting her body on the line for her team. That's a great teammate. And I said in game 1 when they played Madonna, I said I would want a teammate like Madison Sonberg.
Samantha Olsen on the serve. McComb, Henry Ford setting up a play. Alyssa Dyer couldn't quite get it over the net. It's those mental errors that come along after you get tired sometimes.
Yeah.
You're going to make those mistakes. Number 11, Olsen back to serve. 17-16 McComb. Henry Ford setting it up. And that's too many hits there. 4 hits. You can only hit 3. And give the point to Macomb, 18-16.
You see Grantham kind of look back at the official.
See what happens here in the next few points. Macomb gets that one as Henry Ford couldn't pull it across. And Coach Braun is going to call a timeout.
It's a good timeout.
19-16.
Yep, just kind of reset.
Yeah, you have to. And, again, this is game 3. Fatigue starts setting in. Sometimes the mind can't quite do what the body can't quite do what the mind wants it to.
Yep.
So, critical juncture. What do you think Henry Ford needs to do to get on track?
No, first start with a timeout, which they did. It's time to reset, time to get them a break, let them get a breather really quick, and just get back to action. I don't think they need to change anything about their game. You know, they've been playing good all day. Like I said, just fatigue right now. So good time out to get them a little breather, and when it's over, let's get back to work.
Okay, let's see if Henry Ford can turn the tide a little bit here. They had reached a point where they, used power early on. Lately, Macomb has exploited their middle.
Yeah.
So let's see if the front row and the back row can come together and cover up that weakness that Macomb is trying to exploit. They're trying to get right to the middle of Henry Ford's defense.
Yeah. And they've made adjustments here and there, but Macomb is just switching it up. Their strategy is switching it up, and that's what they're doing. So it's got to be more aware.
Okay, number 11, Olsen back here serving, and that's a mistake.
Yep.
And that'll give a point to Henry Ford and the volleyball.
Costly mistake right there, and I think that Henry Ford will go on a run right here, and I think they can just close it out when they grab the lead.
Back to serve is Madison Somberg. Somberg, a sophomore out of Wall Lake Central.
It's a long way.
And there, you got to have someone to cover that middle, Dallas. And Henry Ford's falling a little short, 20-17. Number 18, Langlois back to serve for the Monarchs. Well, the mental aspect of the game is showing up big because what good is it to get the ball back when you give it right back on a service error?
Right.
2018, Henry Ford very much into the contest, and don't look now. Number 4, Nima Johnson,
hey, that's your
arguably
girl
the
right
best
there.
server.
Yeah, that's
the
your
best
girl
server
right there.
Is someone that you want serving the ball in this position. Henry Ford setting it up.
Nice.
And you thought that might be a point, but Monarchs came back. But can they handle that athleticism by Candela? Return. Collins. It's a little bit too far. Oh, no, wait a minute.
Oh, no, they return it? Yeah, they do.
The official on the back line said it was out. But the official at the net said that was a point.
Hey.
So it's 21-19.
Hey,
Henry
we'll
Ford will
right?
take it. Henry Ford will take it 21. They got to reset the scoreboard.
Scoreboard, yeah.
21-19, I believe. I think it's 21-20. Although the scoreboard shows 43-20, we know that's not the score. Nima Johnson has had some success. Nima Johnson on the serve. Macomb with the return, a block at the net by the Hawks. Nima Johnson sets it up.
That's
Candela,
a good setup right there.
Return, and it goes out.
Hey,
so it's
21-20. 1 point lead.
Henry Ford. That was great hustle. They did what they had to do at the net. So the middle is not a factor.
And you see the Hawks are not rejuvenated. They've gotten the lead, and they know what they can do. Let's see if they can close it out right here. Why not, right?
Nima Johnson serve. McComb sets it up. Blocked at the net.
Yep. Hey, they see the win. They see it down the road. Now let's see if they can get it.
Great play at the net by Grantham and Collins. And it's 22-20. 3 more points, and the Hawks would take the lead.
They're closing in.
Just couldn't get it across, Grantham. 22-21. And back to serve for McComb is number 7, Britta Romish. 22-21. The Monarchs are trailing. The Hawks lead it. Nice set piece. Collins gets it across the net, and that is a point. 23-21.
Coming up big for Henry Ford. Janae Collins, you can always count on her.
Playing some aggressive volleyball.
Hey, it's just another day in the office for her.
Alyssa Sanner. Back to serve. 23-21. The Hawks can smell it. Hawks setting it up. Johnson outside.
Hey.
And there you go. Nice set, Hollis. And it is point game. Serving for the game, Alyssa Sanner, 24-21.
Nice.
And that is ball game. Megan Hollis at the net with a nice drop. And that's 25-21 for the home team. They take a 2-1 lead in games.
That's huge right there.
And that is big. They rallied, and they turned this match when it was 21-18.
Yep.
And or 20-18, and outscored them 7-1 to win Game 3, Dallas, and that is a big momentum builder for the Hawks.
Yeah, that's huge. And now if you go look at the bench right now, and you look at the huddle, they are playing loose. They're happy. They're smiling. They have the enthusiasm. That's all. That's everything that you want when you're coming in with a closeout game right here. You want to be as loose as you can. Just play your game, because now McComb they have to beat you twice in order to win the matchup. So I know Henry Ford isn't going to let that happen. They're going to come out aggressive, keep the foot on the neck, keep the momentum going, and close this one out.
And when you're at home, Dallas, you want something like this.
Yeah.
You're up 2-1. You're going to Game 4, and you want to win. I mean, you feel like home court. It's your home court, regardless who's in here.
Yep.
You want to defend it, and you want to play well on your own court.
Yep. And I think they'll do exactly that. I think they'll come out, like I said, they'll come out aggressive, and this is theirs for the taking. Now let's see if they can just finish it off.
Okay, when you're 0-2, the hunger has to come out when you're in a situation like this. And Coach Braun's team, there seems to be a weakness in the middle, but they overcame that with some nice play at the net.
Yep.
The power play from the outside and setting some nice plays, and what you did at the net made a difference.
Yeah, and I think that's something that they definitely have to address moving forward. But they're able to hide that right now with their athletic ability and the way that they're coming back and finding the holes in the defense. So I think you get the win today. You address it tomorrow, and you be happy with what you have today. But they have to get the win first. So they're gonna have to close this one out.
Okay, well, folks, don't forget, we will be with you this week with volleyball on Tuesday and Wednesday. We want to make sure that you're here with us on the live stream. Eric Pate and Dallas Young here at the Athletics Memorial Building on the campus of Henry Ford College. Make sure you join us. 7 o'clock starts on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's on Tuesday the 23rd. It's St. Clair County Community College, SC4. And on the 24th, the Wednesday, it's Schoolcraft College. The Ocelots come to town. And then on Friday, we'll get into some basketball. And we look forward to it. We're going to be with you. We're your live stream team, if you will, on YouTube, Henry Ford College. Glad to be here. Beautiful, beautiful facility, and it is good to be here in a matinee volleyball. And the ladies Henry Ford's girls are on the floor, and they seem like they're intent on trying to close this out, Dallas.
Yep. You can look in their eyes. Look in their eyes, and you can see the hunger. You can see the passion that they're trying to go into this fourth game with. They're trying to go home and go home with a matchup victory. So. I'm begging on them to close this one out.
Okay, let's see. I mean, the level of enthusiasm that we've seen in both of these games for Henry Ford, it's enough to get you excited, and they seem to be fired up and ready to go. Back to serve to start game 4 is number 9, Megan Hollis for the Hawks. Let's see. McComb, I think McComb feels as though they could set some things up.
Yep.
They could be victorious, but right there, Alyssa Dar.
That's exactly how you want to start.
Found a weak spot.
That's exactly how you want to start. Like you said, found a weak spot.
I think for some reason, McComb is just trying to bank on Henry Ford losing concentration.
The call right here. Coach Lauren Duquette not really happy with that call right there.
Something with the rotation. It was something with the rotation. It goes against. Yep. I think there's something with the rotation that you just can't do. And point goes to Henry Ford.
Coach Doogie over there, she was heated.
Here's the Hawks. McComb setting it up. And now we're tied at 1. At the back row for McComb, ready to serve is Haley Link. All tied at 1. I mean, that was a great play because you saw it coming. Kelsey Harris with a nice spike. Caught her right in mid-stride on the jump. And that's a perfectly executed play by the Hawks, Dallas.
Janae Davis looked like she was stuck. She seen the play developing, but it looked like it was developing in front of her in slow motion. She couldn't do anything about it.
Madison Sundberg on the serve. The Hawks setting it up. Not a lot of athleticism on that back line for the Hawks. And that ball just fell right in front of them. Kind of an awkward play.
It looked like it was a bit of miscommunication right there. They didn't want to dive, and if they both dove, they would have dove into each other.
Yeah, but you got to get there.
Yeah, you got to get there. At the end of the day, you got to get there.
All right, number 7, Britta Romish back there to serve for the Monarchs. (3-2) on that point for the Monarchs. Romish back to serve. See what kind of defense Coach Braun has drawn up for Henry Ford. She was out of bounds trying to return that one. It's 4-2 now. Wonder if Janae Collins is injured and out.
You know, and it's interesting you said that. You see she's sitting down, and when they played Madonna, she was grabbing her knee, if I recall right.
That Henry Ford bench is talking, and there's an ace, 5-2.
That's one of the things I love about Henry Ford is their bench. They might have one of the best benches in the conference. This team the bench always picks their team up. And, you know, the rotation is good enough to where they're all on the bench at one point in time in this game, and they just pick each other up.
And they exploit the middle again. McComb gets a point there, 6-2, and there's a timeout. A timely timeout.
Yeah, very timely.
From Henry Ford. It's 6-2. 6-2, and time to kind of gather yourselves. Don't let it get away. Too early for panic, but you want to go back to what you've been doing that's been successful, Dallas.
Yeah, go back to what you were doing in Game 3. Just, you know, come out and be powerful, be athletic, and just go about your business. That's all. Just go about your business. Not, like you said, not time to push the panic button yet. You don't want to get too far behind, but I think it's time to, you know, put your foot on the gas pedal and get going.
So let's see if the Hawks can stay focused, not panic, execute, and get control of the game. 2-1 right now in favor of the Hawks. Number 7, Britta Romish serving for McComb. And that's 7-2. Romish back on the back line for the Monarchs, serving. And these are some errors that are kind of uncharacteristic by the Hawks, Dallas.
The body language doesn't look too good right now for the Henry Ford Hawks. I've just seen a player, you know, throw her hands up in the air, so it's kind of like, you know, you got to reassess a little bit.
8-2. 8-2, the biggest lead of the match for McComb, and now make it 9-2. And they're making coaches making some adjustments to the alignment.
And I'm looking at Janae Collins over there. Still hasn't gotten up yet.
9-2.
Oh.
And that ball hit the official.
Check on that official over there.
Knocked his glasses off.
Oh, wow.
9-2. He may have to go see the trainer for some concussion protocol. Make it 9-3. And the Hawks get the ball back. And Nima Johnson's going to toe the line and serve it.
That ball came flush right at him. You know, give him a second.
Yeah. One of his colleagues comes to check on him. That's nice. You would like to think if I got hit, Dallas, by one of these volleyballs at 57 years old, would you look out for me? Would you call my emergency contact?
Without a question. I know you would do the same for me.
In case of emergency, call my ice. There's Johnson on the serve for Henry Ford. Couldn't return it. Make it 10-3 for the Monarchs. They get the volleyball back, and number 18, Emily Langlois, on the serve. Dallas, don't worry. If that ball comes this way, I got you, bro.
All right, man.
No problem.
Got to use those quick hands of yours.
Man, you have to. You got to have your head on the swivel in volleyball.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That thing is coming, and it's not coming with good intentions. It's coming with bad intentions.
Yeah, we are right in front of the action, too. Not enough time to think and move.
Yeah, the net is on the court, not protecting us. Out of bounds. Knocked it out of bounds, and it's 11-3 in favor of the Monarch. So Janae Collins is back in. I think she's having a problem with one of her knees.
Yep. If you're Henry Ford, you see right here, if you're Henry Ford, do you push the panic button now? I mean, you're almost down by 10.
Yeah, it's 12-3. You just got to get a stop. It's like any other sport. You got to have some good defense. You got to get a stop to get the ball back and then rally.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the easiest way to calm the situation, because the Monarchs of Macomb have come out on fire here in game number 4.
And we talked about pregame how Coach Doogie says her team likes to go on runs. We're seeing it now. This is the run she was talking about.
Candela with the return. Macomb sets it up, returns it. Collins is coming with that power. You miss that when she's out the game. Johnson with a set piece. Candela gets it across. Macomb. Johnson with a nice return. Candela. Macomb setting something up here. They get it across. Collins. Too long and too far. Now it's 13-3. It's double digits.
And you've got to think that this run right here that they're on, especially in a game 4, a key game like this, will this be the deciding factor if they go into game 5? Will this be the deciding factor if Macomb comes out with a win?
That's an error right at the net.
It's an avalanche of points now.
And a timeout, a good timeout for Henry Ford, 14-3. And energy, passion, desire, all the things that you talk about has to come through right now, because it's kind of getting away from them in game 4.
And to be honest, I don't see it right now. I don't see what the energy and the passion and the heart and everything that you said. Like I don't see it in game 1, or I don't see it in game 4 like I seen it in game 1 and in game 2. So, if they wanna get this win, they got to turn it around like now.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating, because the first 3 games have been hotly contested.
Been great.
And Henry Ford has been able to prevail in situations where they were struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
And this is a double-digit lead in this kind of a match can go a long way in determining the outcome.
Yeah.
So if you're Henry Ford, you got to find out if you can recapture the strength you had early on.
Yeah.
All right.
This game is important, because now, let's say Macomb wins this game 4, they have the momentum going into game 5. So this game 4 right here is important, and Henry Ford has to put their foot on the gas pedal pronto.
Yeah, I'm watching Janae Collins, and trying to make sure she's not limping out here on the court. 15-3. And that's Langlois back there serving for Macomb.
They finally get a point here. This will be see if they get the momentum.
All right, they get it back. They made it happen, and they get it back. So let's see if Alyssa Sanner can turn the favor, but a service error immediately gives it right back to Macomb.
And if you're the
Dallas?
head coach, what are you thinking right now?
Well, I just think my team is losing their focus and forgetting about what got them there.
Yeah.
As
100%.
Kara Lewicki. Kara. They're standing around a lot. That's uncharacteristic of them. Standing around, and That's not their style of play. They rely on the hustle and the desire and the know-how.
I think pretty much one word sums it up right now, and it's fatigue. You can see it. You can see it on their faces. I'm not sure when it happened, but it looks like a switch just flipped, and they're just tired now.
And they seem to be focused and out of position.
Yeah, plays like that right there.
18-4. Macomb has complete command in game 4, trying to tie this match up. Got to show some heart. That went out.
Yeah, it went out.
And that's the kind of break that you need, because if that would have been in, that would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
But 18-5, and Madison Candela on the serve. There's an ace, and she caught a body on that serve.
Caught a body, like you like to say.
We look for those every match. And Madison Candela, the freshman out of Heartland, came with some Heartland heat.
Yep.
And it's 18-6.
She's been coming with that heat all game.
There's a mistake there. And so 19-6. And let's see what's going to happen here with Macomb on the substitutions. Coach Duquette said, take our time. And that's number 11, Samantha Olsen, on the serve. Hawks setting something up.
Position right there.
For Megan Hollis. You get the point, 19-7.
I'm confident that these ladies can complete a comeback here. And it starts right here.
And Coach Braun subs in Kelsey Harris and Camille Brown for Nima Johnson and Janae Collins. See if that can work something. 19-7, Macomb.
It's out, yeah.
That was out.
Oh,
okay,
no,
wait a minute.
The call?
Let's see what the call is. We got a little confusion. Okay, that goes in favor of Macomb.
It's tough.
20-7. Victoria Barney, who got shaken up a little earlier, out of contact. That's a mistake, and it's 20-8.
I think that Henry Ford just has to take this game, slow it down. They're down by a lot right now, but again, back in game 1 when they played Madonna, you know, I talked about taking it 1 point at a time. That's what they had to do.
Megan Hollis.
Now it looks like they're starting
Good
to play
hustle.
with energy.
She's out of bounds on the return, out. 21-8. Looks like we may be headed to a fifth and decisive game here.
Oh. Oh.
Did she catch a body? Yes, she
body.
did. Counter body for Kelsey Harris. And that's 20, makes it 21-8. Timeout.
All right now.
I think that timeout was called by Macomb. Well, 21-9 now, as Kelsey Harris catches a body. I mean, now it's 21-10 on the scoreboard. So what do you say, Dallas? What do you do if you're Henry Ford?
Again, like I said, take it 1 point at a time. You know, you're down by a lot right now, so you kind of just have to, like I said, slow the game down. Henry Ford has been here before, so now it's time to go back into that trends and kind of just focus. Just like I said, 1 play at a time, 1 point at a time, and attack. Just go about your business and do what you can to try to make a comeback.
They were very successful early on from the outside. You gotta penetrate that middle of Macomb, and the way you do that is with your left and right outside hitters, and the work from Kelsey Harris. Mm-hmm. If Janae Collins is in fact a little beaten up, It's got to come from her. It's got to come from Madison Candela. And they got to get better serves.
Yeah.
The service game has been a little off today for the Henry Ford Hawks. 21-9 is the score.
I think they just got to dig deep right now. Just dig deep. Just fight.
Madison Somberg on the serve.
Looking at Janae Collins again. A little bit shaken up, it looks like.
Somberg, nice serve. McComb setting it up. And that back line. Sometimes you do all you can, and a team just exploits a weak area. And McComb was able to do that. Number 7, Britta Romish back to serve, 22-9, McComb.
I can learn to understand you much better.
The Hawks setting it up, outside hitting. Candela did her job, but McComb was able to block it. Get the point, 23-9.
You hear the sideline saying, take a deep breath. Like I said, that goes back to slowing the game down.
That's out of bounds. Service error, 23-10. And now we got some substitutions in. And maybe, just maybe, Nima Johnson.
Can be a turning point.
What's that?
Said she might be able to be a turning point.
I mean, here she is with the serve, and Janae Collins back into the game, or to the match. 24-10. It's point game right here. And let's see. I think Langlois is going to serve with an opportunity and a chance to close this thing out for McComb, 24-10. And that's it.
All right.
That's it. McComb wins game number 4, so we're all tied at 2-2. Golden opportunity for Henry Ford to win the game and close out the match. They couldn't get it done, and so now we'll head into a decisive game 5. And Coach Braun she's letting her assistant coach, Miguel Banda, talking strategy.
That's something that you don't see all too often is letting the assistant coach, kind of take over at this point. It looks like Coach Braun is kind of frustrated right now. But I think if you're here before, you got to, take this last game 4 and just flush it. Flush it and move on. Just flush it and move on.
Okay.
While we're on timeout, I want to take a chance to, thank Miss Susan McGraw for the opportunity for this internship. I'm a baseball player at Henry Ford, just trying to get my feet wet. So, doing something that I like. So, I'm blessed with this opportunity. And, again, thank you to Miss Susan McGraw, as we are 1 minute and 57 seconds left of a timeout, as Henry Ford looks to come out and take game 5 of this decisive matchup. McComb looks to be fired up as they are headed back onto the court to start game 5. Henry Ford still talking over strategy. McComb looking loose. They're smiling, something that they weren't doing in the second and third game of this matchup. But they look to kind of have the momentum now, and things are on their side. So they're looking pretty confident. Let's see how Henry Ford comes out as they're almost done with their timeout. All right, Henry Ford is ready to go. They look confident as well. A lot of high fives going around, smiles. They're ready to come back, and they're ready to go. As we are ready for game 5, 5 seconds left of the timeout.
Okay, we're getting ready for game 5, decisive game 5. All tied at 2. If you're just joining us here on the live stream, Henry Ford won games 1 and 3. McComb won games 2 and 4. And now we're going for the gusto here in game 5. Just what the Hawks needed right there, Dallas. 1-0.
Yeah, that's a good start. They have to come out and, you have that confidence, something that they didn't look like they had in game 4. They don't look as fatigued anymore. They had a nice little break. So now let's, this decisive game 5, let's see who wants it more.
Back to serve for Henry Ford was Megan Hollis. And this is what you're going to have to have if Henry Ford is going to win it. Kelsey Harris has got to raise her game.
Yes, she does. She's a key factor on this Henry Ford Hawks team. A sophomore from Renaissance. So, she's going to bring that fight and that grit to this Henry Ford team. She's doing that.
Okay. Megan Hollis on the serve. Good block, but it went out of bounds. But good effort.
You can't be mad at that. That's great effort right there. You cannot be mad at that play. Rhythm and timing, reading and reacting is what she just did right there. So you can't be mad at that at all.
Okay, back to serve is Britta Romish for the Monarchs, 2-1. Early going game 5, the decisive game of this match. Nice return, but
that was nice.
Monarchs returned the favor, but good touch.
Yeah, Kelsey Harris looked like she was going up for the spike, but she held her ground and just went for the touch. She read the defense and she adjusted. That was a very, very nice play by Kelsey Harris. Smart play.
Great analysis by you on that one because she certainly did just that. You described it to a T. And now back to serve for Henry Ford is Madison Sundberg, 3-1. A little bit too long on that serve. Can't come back with those service errors. You got to adjust those things. They can hurt you. 3-2 because they're not doing anything to earn a point. You're giving them one.
They're just giving them the ball back. That's spot on.
Emily Langlois back to serve for McComb. Henry Ford setting it up. McComb setting things up, getting it across. That was Hollis. And that was a little bit too far.
And you know what? Every point is crucial here in the game 5 because we only go up to 15 in game 5. So every point is crucial. They can't afford that.
You're on top of it because it's 3-3, partner. 18 Langlois on the serve. Henry Ford setting it up. Candela couldn't get it across the net. McComb gets a point, 4-3. They're going to battle for every one of these points. Henry Ford trying to set up their outside power game. Camille Brown sets it up. Grantham gets it across. McComb setting up their outside game. Outside power game has been critical today. Madison Candela's return, a little bit off to the side there, and out of bounds. Point for Macomb. It's 5-3. And that's Langlois on the serve for the Monarchs. Pace is hot and heavy here in Game 5.
Yeah.
And there's a point at the net for the Hawks. Dallas, what must Henry Ford do to rally as they make some substitutions as Nema Johnson comes in, as well as Janae Collins at the net.
Well, you have the athletic Janae Collins. You have the athletic Nema Johnson as well. That duo, I've noticed, when they come in the game, the intensity picks up, the athleticism is there, and the heart is there. So I think that they continue to keep the same strategy, adjust, read the defense and adjust, and continue just to play their game of volleyball. But Janae Collins and Nema Johnson is a huge help.
5-5. Nema Johnson. A lot of talking in this one because both teams are playing a lot of energy because they want to finish
energy,
this.
yeah.
They want it, both teams. Nice set.
You see even the assistant coach was on his feet for a while.
Macomb trying to return the favor, but at the net, Janae Collins and Madison Candela. Collins to Candela.
That duo.
They've been critical.
Is crazy. That duo is crazy. Athleticism, defense, the way they can jump.
Yeah, and there's a timeout by Macomb. It's 6-5, Henry Ford, and they're trying to put it together and get their first win of the season.
Yep, and this win, it's crucial. And we pointed to that earlier. The season is shorter this year, especially due to COVID. So it's not enough room to have your struggles. You want to go out and you want to compete day in, day out. You can't take anything lightly. You have to come out strong every single day. And, I think Henry Ford has done a good job of that today. Team effort, from all 13 of the players, you know what I mean? So, no, these ladies are doing a great job.
Yeah, I think Coach Shannon Braun is, she's back with them. She's in that huddle, and she's encouraging this group. She knows what she's doing in terms of the players that she has, and she probably knows their temperature, and they probably, in turn, know exactly how she feels. Yeah. She was out of that huddle because she wants to get something out of it.
Yeah, and she relates to them so well. So, this team connects with the head coach, something that, like I said, something we didn't see last year. And I think that helps tremendously when you want to coach a young team like this.
Okay, Nema Johnson. Nema Johnson back to serve.
One of the better servers in the conference, in my opinion.
6-5. The ball is in. But, hey, good hustle, 6-6. The Monarchs ready to serve here. And that's going to be Kara Lewicki serving for the Monarchs. 6-6, fifth and deciding game. All tied at 2 in this match. And that one couldn't get it across. 7-6, Monarchs. Here we go. Hold on, everybody. Nice set.
That was close.
A little bit just out of bounds on the return. 8-6 Monarchs.
Game of inches, like you alluded to earlier.
Right now, Henry Ford needs to stop.
Yeah. Yep. Like I said, we're only going to 15 in Game 5, so it's not much room for error.
Lewicki back to serve. Set piece.
There you go.
Collins. Monarchs set something up, and now it's the Hawks' turn. Coming from the outside. Good return, but
keeping it alive.
Henry Ford setting it up. Nice
good talk
by Nema Johnson. Collins.
That's it.
It's in there.
Yes, sir.
8-7. A smart play because sometimes you expect the power players just to stick to the power. This time the home run hitter settled for a single and it worked.
And that's the thing I like about Henry Ford. And I was talking about strategy prior to this game 5. They switch it up. You know, they read the defense and they're switching it up. She read the defense right there. We thought she was going for the spike. She went for the soft tap and it worked.
Sander on the serve for Henry Ford. McComb setting it up. Good hustle by Somberg.
As
Johnson
usual.
From the outside. That was Candela from the outside, and a hustle return by McComb at the net. Henry Ford gets it across. Nice rally by both teams. That was out. That's a point for the Hawks. It's 8 up.
Hey,
8 up.
Back even again. How about that?
8 up. That's what you want. Let's see what Sander has on the back line with the serve. Big time serve right now. Nice little ace. Aces help you in volleyball and in Vegas sometimes. So right now you want an ace. A service ace for the Hawks is what they would love to have. At the net, Collins gets it up.
There you go.
Score that point. Score that point.
Hit them where they ain't, right?
That was Candela. Candela and Collins fighting on every point, 9-8.
Find the holes in the defense.
We couldn't ask for more. 9-8. Henry Ford. And Sander on the serve.
Oh.
Henry Ford setting it up, set their offense up well. Monarchs trying to return the favor here. Nice setup by Henry Ford. McComb trying to come with some thunder. Somberg, Johnson, Hollis. Now McComb gets it across. Somberg sets it up. Sander from Johnson with a nice return. McComb coming with some thunder, but no. Hit the net. Hit the net. Scored a point.
It's a big point right there.
4 times. You can't hit it. You can only hit it 3 times. And Henry Ford scores, and it's 10-8. Timeout, McComb. Boy, this is the exciting game 5, and Henry Ford is hanging tough, Dallas.
As expected, though. You know, we predicted that, you know, like I said, it would be an even matchup. Both teams are bringing it. Both teams have passion, heart, energy. It can't get more even than what they're doing besides game 4, but it can't get more even than what they're doing today. So, you know, I'm liking both teams, and I'm liking Henry Ford just a little bit more. I think they're doing a little bit more than the McComb.
Yeah, what it comes down to is when you're 0-2 and you try to get that first win, man, I mean that's major, and that's a major key in being aggressive and playing hard, and just leaving it all out here. Okay, now comes winning time. It's 10-8, 5 points to get you your first win of the season.
Yeah, and you know what a win it would be. A Sunday afternoon when it's sunny outside. You know, you can't ask for a better day for a win for a Hawk team. So
Eric Payton along with Dallas Young, we are giving it to you here. Athletics Memorial Building, 10-8. Hawks lead it. Alyssa Sander on the serve. And right now, I wonder if that fatigue, but only having 7 players, is weighing right now on the Monarchs. (11-8). Sander on the serve. Want to stay focused. They're setting it up. Here the Hawks are with their offense.
Good save. Wow.
Couldn't get there. 11-9. 11-9 as the point and the ball goes over to McComb. So let's see as Victoria Barney will set the serve. A substitution. Samantha Olson is in. They take Janae Davis, the big hitter from the western side of the state, out in the match for Macomb. Somberg, Hollis, they get it across. Johnson, Sanders sets it up, and Johnson with a nice
soft tip
across the net. Macomb, they're going to that back line.
Yeah, they're trying to exploit that back line again. We've seen it before in Game 4. Now you wonder if they're going to try to go to that, in the closing moments of this game.
11-10. Olsen on that back line for Macomb, serving it. Henry Ford setting it up. A drop shot there. Macomb goes to the back line again. Sander gets it across. Here it comes. Henry Ford. Sander. Booming return by Candela. Somberg setting it up. The outside position is number 9, Hollis. Macomb tips it across. Johnson sets it up. Sander across.
What a sequence right here.
Collins. And it's a little bit too long.
Way too hard.
Candela a little bit too long. Now it's tied at 11. It's a game to 4 now.
Yeah.
First one to 4 wins. Let's see. And that hit the net, couldn't return it. And now the Hawks have a lead, a 12-11 lead. Candela back to serve. Substitution there. Lissadar into the match. They take Somberg out. Candela on the serve. Macomb setting it up. Oh, great hustle.
That was very good hustle.
By Candela. Coming from the back row. She thought about it. Set it up, and Nima Johnson hits it right into the net.
Hey, once again, we're back even again. So let's see.
12.
Let's see. It's a nip and tuck. Let's see who wants it more.
Victoria Barney on the serve for Macomb. They're going to leave every ounce on this floor. Here we go. That's a booming return by Janae Collins, and she screams through the mask. She's excited about that point.
Once again, bringing that energy.
Here comes some subs. 13, Camille Brown, and number 5, Kelsey Harris. Camille Brown is going to serve it, and then you've got Kelsey Harris at the net. And that's not bad when you got that kind of depth.
Not bad at all.
Camille Brown is proven to be dependable. Nice serve. Macomb gets it across. Now the Hawks are setting it up from the outside. That was Dar on the return. And that's too many hits. And now that's 14-12. Henry Ford with a chance to win the match. This is match point. Camille Brown's going to serve it, a sophomore.
It is loud in this gym right now.
All you need is one. The ladies on the sideline are raising their hand, raising that one finger. 14-13.
Hey, it's coming down to the wire. Exactly what you want if you're watching at home.
I said it was a game to 4. Let's see who gets to 4 first.
Yep. Exactly what you want if you're watching at home right now.
Britta Romish on the serve for Macomb. 14-13. Hold on to your hats. And there, Haley Link to serve. 14-13. Macomb has got to make a play. Out!
There we go.
Ball game.
Yes, sir.
Henry Ford wins it 15-13. And that is it. Chalk one up for the home team, Dallas.
Big win. That's a huge win.
Henry Ford won
Ford.
game 1 25-23. They drop game 2 25-23. They win game 3 25-21. Then they win they lose game 4 25-10. And in the fifth and decisive game, they win it 15-13, and they win the match. Their first one of the year. Congratulations to the Lady Hawks, who moved to 1-2. The Macomb Monarchs dropped to 2-2. So for Dallas Young and the entire Henry Ford College Athletics Department, we're going to say so long from the Athletics Memorial Building. The final score in the match, Henry Ford College 3 and Macomb Community College 2. We'll see you on Tuesday night at 7 here at the Athletics Memorial Building, where it's Henry Ford College taking on St. Clair County Community College. So long, everybody.